What if your snake's late-night climbing sessions weren't just random behavior, but a secret message about its health, happiness, and hidden needs? Picture this: it's 2 in the morning. You walk past your snake's enclosure and see it not curled up, not hiding, but pressed against the glass, methodically sliding upward. Its body is tense. Its tongue flicks rapidly. It looks restless, almost like it's trying to escape. If you've ever witnessed this, you know that feeling, a mix of fascination and concern. Because it doesn't look normal, it looks intentional. And you're right. This behavior, often called glass surfing, is one of the most misunderstood actions in snake keeping. It's easy to dismiss as curiosity or boredom. But what if it's something deeper? Something your snake is desperately trying to communicate? Let's decode it. To understand why snakes climb their walls, you first have to step into their world. Snakes don't think like us. They don't get bored in the human sense. Their actions are driven by instinct, environment, and physiological needs. In the wild, a snake on the move is usually responding to something urgent, searching for food, escaping danger, seeking a mate, or finding better temperature zones. So when your pet snake starts repeatedly climbing the glass, it's not trying to be difficult. It's following an ancient script written by millions of years of evolution. It's acting on a deep-seated impulse. The real question is, which one? Let's explore the 5 most common reasons, starting with the simplest and moving into the more complex first: temperature and humidity. This is the most frequent trigger. Snakes are ectotherms. They rely on their environment to regulate their body temperature. If the warm side of the enclosure is too hot or the cool side isn't cool enough, they'll start patrolling the edges, looking for that perfect gradient. It's like if you were in a room that was just slightly too warm, you'd keep getting up, adjusting the thermostat, moving around. They're doing the same. Humidity matters too. Too dry and they may seek moisture. Too humid and they might try to escape fungal risk. Climbing can be their way of saying the climate feels wrong. Second, hunger and feeding response. A hungry snake is a motivated snake. In nature, when it's time to eat, they travel. They explore, they hunt. In an enclosure, that instinct doesn't vanish. If it's been a while since their last meal, or if they can smell prey nearby, maybe another pet, or even food residue, they'll start cruising the perimeter. It's search mode. They're not asking for food like a dog might beg. They're actively hunting within the only space they have. This is especially common in species with high metabolisms like corn snakes or rat snakes. Third, stress and security. Snakes need to feel safe. If their enclosure is too open, if they don't have enough hides, if there's too much foot traffic or noise outside the glass, they'll try to find a safer place. Glass surfing in these cases is an escape behavior. They're literally trying to leave a situation that feels threatening. Even something as simple as a new decoration, a change in lighting, or your cat staring at them from outside the glass can trigger this. It's their version of saying, "I don't feel safe here." Fourth, mating behavior. During breeding season, especially in mature males, climbing can be driven by restlessness and the urge to find a mate. They're filled with hormones telling them to travel, to search, to compete. In the wild, this might mean covering large distances. In a tank, it means pacing, pushing against walls, trying to go beyond the invisible barrier. This type of climbing is often seasonal and coincides with natural breeding cycles. It's not a problem you can fix, it's a natural phase. But recognizing it helps you understand it's not a sign of poor care. And fifth, enclosure size and enrichment. Sometimes the space is simply too small. or too bare. Snakes, especially semi-arboreal species like green tree pythons or even ball pythons when young, have a natural drive to climb and explore. If there aren't branches, plants, or vertical features, they may resort to climbing the only surface available, the walls. It's not always stress. Sometimes it's just unmet instinct. They're wired to move through a complex, three-dimensional world. A flat, empty tank can feel like a blank page they're trying to fill, so what do you do when you see this behavior? Start by playing detective. Check temperatures with a reliable digital thermometer, not those sticky analog gauges. Measure humidity with a hygrometer. Review your feeding schedule. Look at the enclosure from your snake's perspective. Are there at least 2 snug hides? Is there clutter, cover, things to explore? Sometimes adding a background to 3 sides of the glass can reduce stress from outside movement. Sometimes adjusting the heat lamp a few degrees solves everything. Other times it's about patience, like during breeding season. The goal isn't always to stop the climbing. It's to understand it, to ensure it's not a symptom of a larger issue. Because when you know what your snake is telling you, you're not just keeping an animal, you're understanding one dot in the end. A snake climbing the glass isn't misbehaving. It's communicating. It's using the only language it has: movement. And by learning to interpret that language, you become more than an owner. You become a translator, a guardian of its well-being. You give it not just a container to live in, but a home that meets its deepest needs. And sometimes that's the difference between a snake that survives and one that truly thrives. Have you seen your snake climbing its walls? What did you discover was the cause? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could help another reptile keeper understand their pet better.